What we are doing today is figuring out the best lighting situation for this floral studio. Nope, don't watch this video. Well, you can watch it in a second, but first, if you feel like making any money at photography, let me tell you about Wirestock. If you've ever been interested, like I have, about selling your video, photography, illustrations, or vector in stock, but didn't want it to take so much time adding in all those keywords and descriptions, Wirestock helps submit your art to the biggest stock libraries there are, all from a single account. Wirestock has higher than the standard royalty rates when you're comparing all the other services out there. You can get started right away with Wirestock. I just finished making an account and uploading my first 100 photos in the time it took to set up this light. The link is down below, and hey, you can do it while watching the rest of this video. Hey everyone, we are here with incredible florist and YouTuber Kelly Lehman. You can check her out on YouTube, link is in the description and probably right here in the lower thirds, and you can also check her out on Instagram, Cranberry Fields. So we've got a gorgeous floral studio, but like most YouTubers or anyone creating content, lighting tends to be an issue. How do we get the best lighting? How do we make it look flattering? And we have a little bit of a weird situation here. So walk me through your lighting situation that you have right now, because we're gonna do this with what she has, not like me bringing my stuff. So
okay, so right now we've got some really horrible fluorescent lights that we tried to work off of.
Here, I'll turn them on.
Kind of, I don't know, like a grayish, greenish, alien type colors.
Yep.
And the flowers, you know, look the same thing, kind of alien-like flowers. So then we thought that we would fix that by using natural light.
So your problems are in general, it's too dark, like it feels too dark, and the direction of lights. Show me your lights, because I saw you got some lights.
These guys came first, and they had covers and no covers. I mean, I feel like we tried every combination known to man.
Don't worry about that. I just want to show people what's on the inside.
Yep.
So we've got these lights right here. So is this like an Amazon purchase kind of deal? Okay.
Yep.
All right, cool. So you got both of these and you're like, wow, this will look amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And show me what you would do with these.
You know, once again, like when you look at how they look on the flowers, still not so much, right? I mean,
right.
And then we took the cover off, but you've got like very harsh, brightly lit, then you've got some yellow and some gray spots, and so then we took the cover off, and we're like, well, this has to work because nothing else has, and that looks almost like creepy, like it's just too much.
All right, so here's what I want everyone to see, and here's what I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
So right away, when you have a light that's close to you, it's technically a softer light because it's bigger, and a bigger light is a softer light. But with inverse square law, what happens if you have a faster fall off? So like while Kelly's lit, the background is gonna go really, really dark. It's also harder to light the two of them evenly. So the best thing we can do is get the light as far away from them as possible so you don't have that fall off, the really bright on them and really dark in the background, making the flowers like not pop, right? And then the other thing we want to do is still try to make it nice and big light so it's soft. The easiest way, I think I would probably try it first, and we can try it, is to bounce off of all your white walls, because you've got a lot of white walls.
Right.
And then this large thing is your light source. Now the only problem with that is when you're basically pointing the light the other way, you're gonna lose a lot of power. But let's give that a try first and see. I have a camera here that while she's doing the extension cord, let me show you the camera that I'm gonna use to like set them up. So this is the Canon M50 Mark II. By far one of my favorite prosumer consumer cameras. It's not that expensive, but it's great for anything where you're self-filming as well as filming and photographing. But perfect vlogging type camera, vlog, YouTube videos, things like that. I do have a really old lens on here. This is a 17 to 40. It only goes down to f4, so I figured it would be a good measurement of a consumer prosumer type camera setup. So that's what we'll use basically to measure. All right, so first thing we want to do is get as much power out of this as possible. So that is actually keeping this on, but it's taking off the diffuser. So we could take the diffuser off that one too. And then I'm just looking right here. Yeah, you don't really have too many options as far as the color of the light. We are gonna work with these lights, but personally, if I were to recommend lights to you for video, I would recommend the Westcott Bicolor Solix lights. They're fantastic lights. They're not that expensive. They're more powerful, and you can control the color on them. So like it goes a little bit warmer, a little bit cooler, which will kind of balance out to what you're doing, yeah. So this is your first step. First thing I'm doing, we are in video mode here, so we can really see what this looks like. I do have it set on manual, and we're gonna go all the way down to 30th of a second, which you can do with video. You obviously have like a tripod here. We're at F4 and about 1,000. All right, so let's go ahead, and I'm gonna dial in the white balance because I think that's gonna be key here. So if I'm dialing in the white balance instead of doing auto, I'll really be able to make it look the way that she wants. All right. So I ended up being at 1,000 ISO, 30th of a second, which is as low as I can go here because I'm shooting at a 30th. Technically it's a little bit low, but it's okay for this. And then as low as I can go on my aperture, which is F4. And you can see the focus is really gonna follow them. So say a little something for me.
Hey Vanessa, thanks so much for coming. I can't believe I have famous Vanessa Joy here showing me how to use the camera.
This looks awesome. All right, so let me show this to you and you tell me.
Oh wow, what a difference. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what we're at
Wow.
right now. It's nice
That's
and smooth.
incredible.
You could probably go a little bit brighter if you want to.
It's amazing. You'd never think that from standing over there. It looks so dark.
It looks so dark here, yeah.
Right, yep.
Wow.
There's one more thing that I want to do
Yeah.
that I think might be fun and might help you out if you are just shooting with your iPhone. So I'm going to use this ring light.
Yeah.
And what we'll do, since we kind of lit everything else, we will use this to more light your face. This is really going to show you what I mean by having the light close to her. I'm going to add this and it's going to make it a little bit brighter, but because it's going to be closer to her and facing her, it is going to make the background go a little bit darker. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. This is with it like all the way bright, which right now is absolutely making the whole thing brighter. So here, this is us turning the ring light on, makes the whole thing brighter so I can go down on my ISO, which you always want to do because it's going to make it less grainy, less blurry looking. So go ahead and say something.
Hey, you caught me off guard. I was like, oh, I'm on.
Perfect. All right, so now if I press play, you'll be able to look at this. Oh, where's my zoom? All right, just the difference between this and this. The whole thing is a little bit darker on this one, but everything is evenly lit versus here, she's looking a little bit bright. We'll probably put those two videos side by side. So let's go ahead and split the difference. I'm gonna dim this a little bit so it gives a little bit of direction, but not as bright. And I think this might be our sweet spot. I'm gonna have to go up on my ISO, probably just 800, and you're gonna give me your spiel one more time.
Okay, I can't believe that I'm not filming you filming.
Perfect. All right, so now you can see between these three videos, I like that last one the best. So this is your best lighting setup. You've got these two here, which are really filling the whole space with light. This is giving you just a little bit more light on your face. And your settings, which will change depending on how much natural light you have coming in,
Right.
ended up being around ISO 800, 4.0 on your aperture, and 30th of a second, which is pretty safe. That's a pretty safe setting for you. Awesome.
Wow.
All right, so I hope this helped.
This was amazing. I
Good.
can't thank you enough. That
I'm
was
glad.
crazy. What crazy tips.
So we worked with what she had, and then I also gave you some options for things to upgrade if you wanted to. I'm Vanessa Joy. Make sure that you check out Kelly here on YouTube, Kelly Lehman, and then follow her on Instagram too at Cranberry Fields, and me. Yeah, subscribe. Bye. See ya.
Bye.